Alright, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of this series where I am building this space. This is the office. This is where I run everything. This is where I do my YouTube videos. If you missed the previous episode, I talked about the light, what you are seeing, for example, the stuff you are seeing at the background, how I build it. If you missed that episode, I will highly encourage you to click the link in the description or just click on the pop-up that coming. I don't know if it's here or here, whatever pop-up link that comes in, click on that link so you can watch how I worked on making this nice, beautiful view of lighting. In today's episode is about treating the sound. The sound in this room, the room is very echoey, and I want to see if I can reduce the echo. Although this is something I can do post, but I don't want to do too much work on post rather than investing on reducing the echo in this room. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we gotta work it out in post. But I do know that what I'm going to do probably may reduce it. I think one of the major factors that contributing to the echo is that the room has tile floor. So you know yourself when you have tiles and it's a hard floor, so the sound will just bounce back whenever it reaches an obstacle. So that's what we're going to treat, and with that we're going to do a DIY acoustic panels. All right, I'm going to do a test of a sound what I get the before and after, but currently let's do the before. Now let's talk about the materials that I'm going to use in order to build these sound panels. For the frame, I decided to go with the MDF. You can use this plywood. For example, I do also have the plywood over here. This plywood, oops, what was that? Okay, I also have this plywood, but I decided not to use the plywood. The reason being, one is I have to sand when you cutting off this one. For the most part, this already sanded, which is good. I don't even need to sand this again when I use it. But the finish, the ends here, when you do that, you have to sand it. And it was also my first time using an MDF, so I decided to use the MDF instead of using the traditional plywood. I'm also going to use this table saw. I think they call it like a side job saw that I'm going to use in order to cut these panels. However, you don't necessarily have to do that. You can use something like this one. This is a circular saw. You can also use a circular saw in order to cut that. Or alternatively, you don't even have to spend money on buying this or the table saw. You can just go to your lumber supplier or to your hardware store, tell them that, hey, this is the board, I want you to cut this in this side and that side, and they will definitely do that without you paying extra. All you have to pay, you just pay the board that you are buying, whether you're buying a plywood or you're buying an MDF. Tell them you're cutting this 48 and you will have about 24 pieces of these, because we're going to make about 12 panels, so you will need 44 of these. 48 by 3. This is 48 by 3. That's where we're going to that's what you're going to tell them to cut it for you. And you're also going to get the smaller size. The smaller size will be 16 inches, so you have 48 by 16. That's the cut of the plywood or whatever wood you're going to use to make your frames. All right, last but not least, this is the piece that I'm going to use in order to do the sound dampening, and the size of this one is 16 by 48, and it comes in a pack of 12, so you can make 12 panels out of this one. And yeah, so pretty much that's what we're going to use to make the panels. Another useful tool that you will need is this one. This is, of course, that's what you're going to need to screw on your panels. This is a drill bit. You can get any drill bit you want. I'm using this one, Ryobi. Just found it works perfect. And this is the HP, which is a high performance, but you don't need to get a high performance as long as it's a drill. It doesn't have to be a non-brand, but something that useful for you to screw in the panels parts. Lastly, on the tools and material that I'm going to use to make the panel is the stuff that I'm going to wrap the frame. So I chose just a normal fabric. I went to the local store and I picked this fabric. This one seems a little bit heavy. I don't want to lie to you. I've seen people using a transparent one. I think I would say it was a mistake on picking up this one. However, it's probably gonna do the work because the room is very small. All we want is the sound dampening, and you'll see yourself the result that we got after we put everything together. The advantage of doing a DIY is that you can easily customize how you want your panel to look like. And for me, I think this color works out really great based on the walls that I have. I wanted to get kind of like a consistent color. You can see the walls of this room, which is also the same on the room where we're putting the panels, and this fabric is the one that I'm going to use, but there is also a different color of the fabric that I'm going to use for the front side. And on the back side, I am going to wrap it on the back side. I'm going to wrap it with this light gray fabric as well. This is very lighter, which I could also use this at the front, but this is what I'm going to wrap it at the back. So I think now we have everything ready. Let's wrap everything into the frames, and you will see yourself how these are going to be put together. A fabric that is not transparent. It's not transparent, but I hope it works. Well folks, I mounted the panels, and as I talk, this is the result now with the panel mounted. And let me play the clip where I didn't have the panels at all. Alright, I'm going to do a test of a sound, what I get the before and after, but currently let's do the before. Okay, I think you saw a great difference between having the panels and not having the panels. Personally, I think I see a huge difference right now. Unfortunately, there is a AC working at the outside, and I'm very close to the AC, and the condenser is making a lot of noise. So some noise that you're hearing could be coming from the AC outside, from the condenser working outside. But anyways, overall, I think I'm very satisfied with the results with only having 4 panels, I completely killed the echo in the room, which is really remarkable. As always, when I have this kind of videos, I leave the list of the parts in the description. Using those links is a kind of way of supporting the channel, and I will highly gladly love it if you use those links. You have questions, leave in the comments, and I hope I catch you on the next one. Peace out, guys.